With an official FDA ban on menthol-flavored cigarettes and cigars delayed into the new year by the Biden administration, public health advocates in East Texas are voicing some concerns. KLTV7's Lauren Tier joins us live in studio tonight with more on the impact these flavored products have on different demographics. Lauren?
Well, Blake, studies from the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention show that there are two major demographics who report the majority of the use of menthol cigarettes. That's young people, meaning middle school aged to 25-year-olds, and black people. In 2023, over 40% of middle and high school students who smoke cigarettes reported smoking menthol-flavored ones. In 2020, of the adults from the ages of 18 to 25 who smoke cigarettes, over 50% reported using the minty-flavored products. The product was, of course, less popular amongst those older than 35. Now, I spoke with a representative from the Tobacco Prevention and Control Coalition in Lufkin, who said she thinks the delays are, quote, insane.
Menthol-flavored cigarettes have long been marketed as a starter product. By banning menthol, we aim to disrupt this cycle and mitigate the gateway appeal that flavored tobacco products hold for our younger generation.
In addition to young people, menthol cigarettes are also popular amongst black people. According to the CDC, nearly 70% of black adults used menthol cigarettes in 2018 and 2019, compared to 39% of white adults. In a statement from the Department of Health and Human Services regarding their priorities for the 2024 fiscal year, the department plans to finalize prohibiting menthol as a characterizing flavor in cigarettes. Live in studio, Lauren Tier, KLTV 7 News.
All right, Lauren.